welcome to Lake, a news show about Bellevue. I'm Officer Carla Iafrate with the Bellevue Police Department. In this edition, we'll bring you back-to-school driving reminders and a progress report on 2 important road projects. But first, take a look at some recent headlines. In August, the City Council approved an agreement with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Bellevue, allowing the organization to lease part of Hidden Valley Park to build and operate a gym. Plans call for construction of a $5 million building at the 17-acre park a few blocks north of downtown on 112th Avenue Northeast. The building will include 3 full-size basketball courts and space for baseball batting practice, volleyball, badminton, and pickleball. The Boys and Girls Clubs will pay for the gym and will split the cost with the city of $6 million worth of improvements elsewhere in the park. Construction is expected to be completed by the end of 2014. The East Side lost a strong advocate for children with the recent death of Bill Henningsgaard. The Medina resident and a founder of East Side Pathways organization, along with his son Max, was killed August 9th when his plane crashed in Connecticut. A former Microsoft executive, Henningsgaard founded East Side Pathways to mobilize the community to support every child step by step from cradle to career. Among the groups he worked with were Bellevue Parks and Community Services and the city's Human Services Commission. Bellevue Council member John Stokes shares some thoughts.
Bill was a one-of-a-kind person. He was one of the really good guys. He was very modest. You didn't realize his background in terms of what he had done for Microsoft. He didn't talk about his connections with and starting social venture partners and those kind of things. Bill was really focused on doing something that he felt was extremely important and working to help kids. But for the city, Bill really raised the level of consciousness about the whole concerns with making sure that every child in Bellevue succeeds. But I think he's taught us, and I think we have the capacity, and we owe it to Bill and the kids to make it happen.
With the start of another school year, children are walking and biking to class again. Here are some reminders we put together about safe driving in school zones. Slow down in school zones. Pay attention while driving. Don't be distracted by using electronic devices, cell phones, or iPods. Yield the right-of-way to pedestrians and children getting on and off the school buses. Remember to be aware of your surroundings while turning or changing lanes. Stop completely at all intersections. Pedestrians should use crosswalks and cross with the crossing sign. If you want an activity that's both fun and a little offbeat, consider indoor kite flying. Take a look at this interesting pastime.
Many of us have nostalgic memories of flying kites on a perfect windy day. Now you can make those memories indoors, rain or shine, at Bellevue's Crossroads Community Center.
Well, I started working back about last September after noticing that the Parks Department brochure had an item in it, drop-in shoot baskets.
Huh.
You know,
Yeah.
free, and so I
Right, come on down and bounce around.
And I thought, well, if you can drop in and shoot baskets, maybe we have a chance of dropping in and flying kites. Indoor kite flying is a relatively new sport. It differs quite a bit from outdoor kite flying in that you need absolutely no wind to fly these kites. All of the wind is provided by the motion of the kite flyer, either by moving around on the floor or moving his arms. It's unique, I guess, and you would say in a number of ways. It's available and has attracted kite flyers of all ages, youngsters of very, very young age, and I found that it's a good activity for us seniors to stay mobile, keep balance, and get a little exercise.
I've been flying kites indoors for probably more than 20 years, and there's at least one other person in this room who started at the same location I did, and it was just a marvelous introduction for many of us for what's going on here today. We have so many great world-class flyers here in the Northwest. We're very proud of all of them.
Well, the big advantage is that you're not dependent on the weather. You don't have to wait for a nice clear day, sunny day. You don't have to wait for the right kind of wind. It's nice to be able to have a place to come to fly and to know that you can fly there and not to be dependent on conditions. You can fly many types of kites indoors. The kites that we fly are very lightweight. They, in many cases, are similar to those that you see flying outside. Many of them are more complicated in that they are flown with 2 or even 4 lines, which means that you can perform stunts with them, fly them in such a way that they are flown in coordination with music. In that sense, it becomes almost like ballet. It's the challenge and the skill, the challenge of developing the skill, but I definitely think the camaraderie between the kite flyers is important too. You can see it in their faces and their continued enjoyment of it while they're here.
All ages and levels of experience are welcome. Those under 18 must be accompanied by an adult. The indoor kite flying program runs from 6 to 7:45 p.m. the second and fourth Thursdays of each month. For more information, call Crossroads Community Center at 425-452-4874.
Crews continue work on 2 big road construction projects in Bellevue. Improvements to Westlake Sammamish Parkway and a new bridge over Coal Creek Parkway to replace the old culvert. Here's an update on both.
As many commuters and residents of Bellevue know, Westlake Sammamish Parkway is a popular roadway connecting northeast and southeast Bellevue along the scenic shores of Lake Sammamish. In January, crews began construction between I-90 and Southeast 34th Street, the first phase of a multi-phase project. The Pedestrian and Bicycle Transportation Plan identified this project as a high priority because it is part of a recreational loop around Lake Sammamish. Although not visible to those passing by, the project included storm drainage, water quality, and fish passage improvements, all important to the health of the water system and the wildlife. We know that this project was an inconvenience for those living or doing business in the area. Working with our contractor, we quickly resolved any issues that arose. We also worked closely with the nearby residents, the French Immersion School, Sunset Elementary, Sambica, and Vasa Park Resort. One of the properties affected daily by this project's construction was Sambica Summer Camp and Retreat Center.
The project has gone very smoothly. We've been in communication with really the project managers. Paul and his team have been very gracious in letting us know in advance of what to expect and what would be happening. What we're excited about is making things easier for camper families. We do believe it will bring more people to the camp.
As we had hoped, the construction contractor cut the projected 18-month schedule down to 9 months by including a southbound detour in the work plan. The project will be completed about 1 month ahead of schedule. This project is down to the top layer of pavement and the roadway striping. Then, the landscaping will be the last item of work and the parkway will be reopened to southbound traffic.
We started the Westlake Sammamish Parkway project in the spring of this year, and we look to finish up the roadway project no later than October. The public will have new features to the roadway that weren't there before we started the roadway project. There'll be a dedicated multi-use path that runs the mile that we constructed. We'll provide facilities for both pedestrians and bicyclists. We'll also have a new water quality feature so that it'll have improved stormwater quality leaving the roadway. This was an opportunity to rehabilitate the entire roadway, bring it up to standard, and also to provide some needed improvements for ped, bike, and water quality. For these roadway projects, it's an investment in the future. It's something that'll be here for 50 years.
Because this is one of the biggest projects to be completed in several years, we are planning a celebration of this $8.4 million project. The celebration will be held in early October at Sambica. If you drive or live in this area, we hope you will join us and take a walk or bike ride on the new multi-purpose pathway, or drive along the new segment of Westlake Sammamish Parkway.
Sambica is relatively unknown even though it's been here since 1919. So we just think the increased foot traffic and bike traffic specifically will just make people aware of this incredible camp that is here.
Another location under construction this summer is the Coal Creek Parkway project. This project is located between Southeast 60th Street and Forest Drive Southeast. We are replacing an aging culvert and adding a pedestrian pathway under the roadway that will connect to the Coal Creek Trail. This project also includes restoration upstream and downstream. Bridge construction is going well on the west half of the roadway. This first phase continues until the end of November. The second phase of construction will begin in mid-April when we close the east half of Coal Creek Parkway. This section will be done at the end of September 2014. Thank you for your ongoing patience as we make these improvements.
As summer winds down and school ramps up, September is a busy month. Here are just some of the upcoming events in Bellevue. Celebrate back to school and our area's rich blueberry harvest on September 7th at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Lake Hills Blueberry Festival and Open House at Lake Hills Elementary School. The event is free for all ages and brings together Lake Hills Elementary, wraparound services, and the broader community for a day of celebration. For more information, call 425-456-5312. On September 11th, from 9 to 11, come to the Honoring Our Elders Community Breakfast at Crossroads Community Park. In celebration of National Day of Service and Remembrance, the city's Police, Fire, and Parks Department, Microsoft, and Hyatt Bellevue are sponsoring a free breakfast for adults ages 60 and over. The event is free while supplies last and will feature a warm catered breakfast, a senior resource fair, entertainment, and giveaways. For more information, call 425-452-7681. On September 14th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, come celebrate the Harvest Festival at the Lake Hills Master Gardeners Urban Demonstration Garden. Join the Master Gardeners as they share some of the freshest bounty from this year's growing season. All ages are welcome. The event is free and pre-registration is not required. For more information, call 425-452-7225. On October 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., drop into your local fire station for an annual free fire station open house. Meet Bellevue fire personnel, take a station tour, see fire safety demonstrations, learn how to use a fire extinguisher, and more. The event is free. For more information, call 425-452-6995. And Bellevue's seasonal fresh fruit and produce stands at Larson Lake, the Lake Hills Greenbelt, and Mercer Slough Nature Parks are open through September. For more information about Bellevue's farm and produce locations and hours, call Bellevue Parks and Community Services at 425-452-6885 or visit www.bellevuewa.gov. Thanks for watching the September show. For more information about the featured segments, visit us online at bellevuewa.gov. I'm Officer Carla Iafrate. We'll see you next time on Lake to Lake.